Hello.
Hello. Hello. Nice
Hi.
to meet you.
Good to meet you too. So my name is Sean. I come from England, but I now live in Canada. And yourself?
So I'm Eileen. I'm from Myanmar.
Myanmar. Okay.
Do you know Myanmar?
Yes, yes. I lived in Thailand for 20 years, so
Ah,
I
oh,
know.
quite a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Hmm.
can you help me a little bit about my? I want to ask you some
Hmm.
vocabulary. I don't
Hmm.
really understand.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I send
Sure.
you from the message bar.
Okay. Yep. I'm looking at the
Yeah,
message now.
second. Here we go. So the
Okay.
the upturn is the phrases and the paragraph is the
I'm sorry. Yours sound cut there. Can you say that again, please?
yeah. So the phrases is a little bit tricky for me to understand. So can you
Okay.
explain? Yeah,
Insist. Okay, like insist on, at
yeah,
issue, face up to. Okay. Okay. Insist on. Um, when I go to a restaurant, I insist
yeah,
on good quality food. So that
yeah.
means I go to a restaurant and I demand, I expect good quality food.
Oh
You
yeah,
know. So to insist on means to like demand, to expect,
oh yeah,
to want. Okay. um,
yeah,
but very firmly, you know.
yeah,
So I insist you give me good food. Do not give me bad food. Okay,
yeah. So
does that understand? Yeah.
uh,
Hmm.
the the uh, the
I'm
sentence
so.
why does she sometimes insist on making you feel a failure? What does this mean?
Why does she insist on making you feel a failure?
Yeah,
Um, why does she? Okay, let's paraphrase that. Um,
yeah,
Instead of insist on, why does she uh, always want to make you feel a failure?
yeah.
So it's something that she wants. She expects you to feel a failure.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So so sometimes our enemy insists on our failure, right?
Uh, mm, that would be very difficult for an enemy to do. Um,
Ah, okay.
yeah, I don't think you could use it in that context, or you wouldn't
Yeah.
use it in that context. Um, you would use it. Your father always insists on you taking the rubbish out.
Ah,
In other
yeah.
words, your father is telling you, it demands that you take the rubbish out every day.
Ah, okay. So
Okay.
I got
Hmm.
it. Thank you.
Okay. At
So
issue. At issue. Okay.
yeah,
At issue. At issue. Let's say. Um, at the moment, at issue is whether or not Europe should give more weapons to Ukraine. Okay, so that's an issue. It's something that's being talked about, discussed, considered. Um, so it's something that's being considered. They're thinking about it. It's
yeah,
something that is being talked about.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
the that issue here is the fact that mother and daughter are reflections of each other,
Hmm.
and person. So in this context, what is an issue here is what is an issue
Can
here?
you repeat that? I didn't quite get it.
Can I use? There is a progress. What is at issue here is
Uh-huh.
the fact that mother and daughter are reflection of each other.
Okay. Okay. So what is
So
how should we
at issue mean
paraphrase that?
you mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what's the consideration is
Yeah.
that the mother and daughter
Oh yeah.
are alike. This
Oh,
is what is of concern. Are they alike or not?
so yeah. So can you give me an example sentence?
At issue.
Yeah.
Okay. If we look at issue at the moment is whether or not Ukraine can win the war against Russia.
Yeah. You think so?
So there. Do I think so?
Yeah.
I think if Russia doesn't start using nuclear weapons, yes, they can.
Yeah.
But if
So
they use nuclear weapons, then no. I don't think they
okay.
can.
I think
Mm.
a very big country, right?
Sorry? I'm sorry, you broke up again.
So Ukraine is a big country.
It is a very big country. Yeah, I mean it's probably the size of Western Europe almost.
Yeah.
You know. So
Uh, what is at issue is we need to have the. Can I in this way?
You could say at issue at the moment is whether or not we should take
Yeah.
refugees. So at
Yeah. We should
issue
take.
means
Yeah.
it's controversial. It's being talked about. Okay, it's not something that's certain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
You use controversial. What does controversial mean?
It means that there are differences of opinion. People are not agreed.
Okay.
So
It's
whether or not the world will be destroyed by global warming is controversial. Some people say it won't be. Some people say it will be. Okay.
So
there's a difference of opinion.
oh yeah. So there are many controversial in politics, right?
There are many controversies in politics. Yes.
Politics. Okay. Thank you.
We would say.
Yeah. So what is the next phrase? Face up to.
Face up to. Okay. Face up to means to confront.
Yeah.
Okay, to confront. When you're a child at school, there was always one bully at school. Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes another student would face up to the bully. Or confront the bully. The bully says, "I'm going to hit you," and so if you want to face up to him, and says, "Really, you're going to hit me? Come on, then." So you're facing up to him. Okay. So at the moment, Ukraine is facing up to Russia. Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
Russia is the bully in this case.
Yeah.
And Ukraine is saying, no, we're not being bullied. We're going to fight you. So they're facing up to Russia.
Yeah. Have you ever been faced up to bullies when you were a child, when you were young?
That's a good question. Yes. No, I haven't. I never had to for some reason. I was never bullied. I was lucky.
Okay. So I suffer from bully. Can I use this way?
Sorry.
I got bullied from older
Bullied.
student.
I got
Yeah.
bullied from older students. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I didn't face up to him because I'm a kind of coward and I'm a weak person at that
Yeah.
time.
Yep. 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 You can say that. So I was lucky that I always talked my way out of it.
I think you was a big guy when you were a
No,
child.
no, I wasn't. I'm not very big.
Yeah.
I wasn't very big at school. In fact, I was too small to play rugby on
Ah,
our football team. You know, so
yeah.
I was sent to play cricket. They wouldn't let me play rugby.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, have you got a good memory in your childhood?
For me, yes, very, very.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was lucky, I suppose. You know,
Yeah.
I traveled a lot. My father traveled a lot. I traveled with him. And we lived on a boat for 2 years. That was fun. So, no. And yourself?
Yeah. I have a good memory because
Mm-hmm.
uh, my father was an officer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
but after he passed away,
Mm-hmm.
my mother had hard times. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And so
So,
why did you move to the UK?
uh, you know, there UK is very difficult to go to the immigrants.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
especially from Myanmar, is more difficult. I think so.
Okay. And so why did you go to England? You're in England now?
No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
I
In your profile, it says UK, United Kingdom.
okay.
Okay. So you're in Burma now?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Myanmar. Okay.
Yeah, Myanmar.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go to UK.
Okay.
But it may be very difficult and very expensive
Hmm. Yeah.
and costly, right?
Yeah. Costly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. How about turnout?
Turn out. Um, to turn out, I mean, that would be more of a military
Yeah.
expression. Um, so if you think about the military, or at school, I went to a boarding school,
Yeah.
and so every morning we had to turn out. In other words, we had to uh, get dressed, have our showers, make our beds, and
Yeah.
then go downstairs for roll call. So we had to turn out. Uh, uh, in the military perspective, it would be the soldiers are in their barracks. Every morning they have to get prepared and they have to go out on the parade field to be inspected. So that would be to turn out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So have you ever been a soldier?
Me, no.
Uh,
Never. I never want to be. And I'm too
so
old now anyway.
in uh, in UK,
Hmm.
the being a soldier is a voluntary or compulsory?
100% voluntary.
Voluntary.
Yeah.
Or yeah, there is no force to be served in
No,
military.
no,
No.
no. It's a
Ah,
purely professional army. Um,
okay.
Same as
So
here in Canada and the US. They're fully
okay.
professional armies.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
once think it is a compulsory, like South Korea or North Korea.
Yeah, yeah. North Korea is both countries are compulsory. I think North Korea and South Korea.
Yeah,
Um, I understand why, um, but America is not compulsory anymore. They stopped that 50 years ago.
yeah,
Um, England, it's like 70 years now. That's no 60, more than 60 years. It's been
yeah,
voluntary.
yeah. I
Mhm.
sometimes think
Mhm.
if Myanmar is still occupied by UK,
Mhm.
I have been to England and Europe.
Probably, yeah, probably, yeah, 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 yeah.
uh, it is too soon to get independence.
Yeah, well, that's another can of
uh,
worms about what
it
happened
is yeah.
to
Uh,
Burma,
I think
Myanmar.
at the time, colonial rule is
Mhm.
very struggling to the country Myanmar farmers.
Mhm.
So patriotics, right? Patriotics defense the colony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, the decolonization in England was a bit different to other countries
yeah,
in that England wanted to stop the colonization. They wanted to get out. Um, so, I mean, most English colonies did not have to fight very hard
yeah,
uh, to to leave colonialism. I mean, Malaysia didn't fight; they were just given it.
yeah,
Most countries were pretty much given without a fight. That was very different
yeah,
from France. I mean,
yeah,
the French really tried to fight in Vietnam and
yeah,
Laos. I mean, they
yeah,
had some really bad battles. That Dien
yeah.
Bien Phu.
They, they are defeated by Bien Kong, right?
That's right. Yeah, yeah, the early
Very-
version of the Viet Cong. Yeah. Uh,
So yeah,
yeah, the English didn't take much to, you know,
yeah.
as I said,
I
they in
I
England at that time, you see, in the English people in the 1940s and 1950s, even in the 1930s, most English people did not want to have colonies anymore.
oh yeah,
They wanted to stop, which was
yeah,
very, very different for the French, the Spanish, and the Dutch, and the Belgians.
yeah,
They wanted to keep theirs,
yeah.
and
So
the French especially fought very hard to try and keep them.
yeah.
Uh,
So
so
I
the English didn't really fight very much for it.
so I think
Hmm.
if there are no politicians in the world, only civilian, there will be no confront and there will be no problems, no conflicts. The world will be peace.
Yeah, I would say no armies. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
uh,
No weapon.
no
No,
weapons. I think if you get get rid of armies and weapons and corruption,
yeah,
those are the two main ones. Then I think you wind up with a much more peaceful society and
yeah.
and religion. I think if
Yeah.
you get rid of religion, because
You are non-believer.
religion, yeah, I'm atheist. Um, I just look at the most peaceful countries are also the countries with the lowest amount of religion.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at Norway, Sweden, Finland, Holland. They're
yeah.
all very peaceful countries, and
That's right.
and England, and all of them are now less than 50% are religious,
Yeah,
and people don't believe in that anymore, and so then there's no fighting, and of course the
yeah,
last thing is people need to talk.
yeah.
People need to
So
talk to each other and make friends, and once you talk to
yeah,
people and make friends, then
yeah,
you understand, and then you don't have
yeah.
problems. You know,
That's right.
but
So
yeah.
yeah, can you explain one more TRE
Mhm.
apart?
Uh, tear
TRE
apart,
it apart, right?
tear it apart. Yeah. To get rid of, basically it means to get rid of, to um,
Uh,
stop something, um, like how should we put it? Um, to tear apart. Uh, you could say Russia is tearing apart the world order now. Keep coming back to Russia because they really are. You know, I mean, there was a world order and there was peace, and now Russia is tearing it apart.
Yeah.
Okay. Or you could say, you know, you had a contract with somebody or
Yeah.
an agreement with somebody,
Yeah.
and maybe both of you wound up saying, well, this is a bad agreement, let's tear it apart, let's get rid of it,
Yeah.
let's stop it, get done with
Yeah.
it.
So
Mhm.
yeah, I got it. Thank you. So you said you are a
Mhm.
non-believer. What is you call? I could not clearly hot.
Sorry.
Ethics. You are a non-believer. You said right.
Yeah, I'm an atheist.
Atheist. Can you
Yeah.
spell it? I don't know this works.
Oh, you don't know that word? Okay.
Yeah.
Where are we? Oh, there we are. Atheist.
Atheist. Okay.
Atheist. Yeah. So I
So
do not believe in God or religion.
I think
Mhm.
North Korea is atheist too, right?
Yep. North Korea would be atheist. Yeah. Predominantly.
So
Only because they're
what?
told to be atheist.
Yeah.
The government. Yeah. I mean, North Korea is probably not really atheist, but their government does not want a challenge to their power.
Yeah.
And so
So
it's atheist because of that. But you could say England is pretty much atheist now.
yeah.
Less than 1% of English people go to church now.
Yeah.
Um,
So most English
mm,
people atheist, you mean?
most English people, yeah. I think the latest numbers say I think it's 52 or 53% are atheists now in England.
Oh, really?
Mm.
I didn't know that.
If you go to like Norway, it's like 70%
Oh my God.
atheist. I think Sweden and Finland are about the same. Denmark also.
Yeah.
The Netherlands also. Most of Europe now is pretty atheist. Most people do not believe in God.
Yeah.
America is very different. America is very
Yeah.
religious.
America is there are many religions in America, right?
Yes.
Because of immigration, right?
Yes. But I mean, predominantly Christian. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of very evangelical Christians.
Yeah.
Which
So,
is a big problem.
yeah. The more religious, the more problem, right?
Generally, yeah. I mean, you know, you look at America and COVID, and how many
Yeah.
Americans will not wear a mask. Well, they will not wear a mask because they did not get a scientific education. They did not
Yeah.
study science because many of them were not allowed to study science because of their religion. They didn't. They were told that scientists are wrong. That's what they were told when they were children because of their religion, and so they don't believe it.
So, anyway,
That's a
thank you
big
very
problem.
much.
Yeah, really good speaking to you.
I
Hope
got,
to speak to you again.
I got
Okay.
mass knowledge because of you. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
no
you.
worries.
Really, you made my day.